the viewer doesn't even realize it's an advertisement. Something like BetterHelp, an advertisement like that is really connecting with the emotions, the importance of the mental health, the importance of looking after yourself. So they're watching something where it's like, wow, they're actually being inspired by it. And it's an advertisement where they don't even realize it's more of an inspiration. You know, that's just what I figured, and I figured the power in that. Like, I have a lot of conversations with my dad on the show, and again, it's so authentic, it's so natural, and it relates to so many people because it's family. Alright guys, just preparing for my meeting. It's with an American company. Yeah, so we're gonna do the meeting. I'm gonna write my email list just before I do that, and then, you know, get the day started before I head over to do an interview later. So should I dress like this for the interview? I'd be looking fresh, but I think for the interview I'm gonna go more like, because it's MJ, I'm gonna go on some like drip ting more than this ting, you know what I'm saying? So yo, hey,
how's it going?
I'm fine, thanks. Yourself?
Doing good. Yeah, doing good. Had a pretty productive Tuesday so far, so feeling good about it.
That's good. That's good. That's what it's supposed to be like. I'm just setting up my camera.
Explain about the other brands that we work with and how we can get them set up and maybe have some offers for your podcast.
Okay, sure.
Would you be looking to promote on your YouTube as well, or just mainly your podcast?
Okay, so the Rabasha Family Podcast. So we post everything on the audio, the podcast platform, but then on YouTube as well, because, you know, video podcasting right now is quite huge. And to be honest, like, I do spend quite a lot of my efforts there, but I'm always reminded to put everything on audio. We're actually, you know, also we're on Spotify and the other platforms, but we're getting on Apple. But so the YouTube channel is to really blow up the podcast. So I still post all of the long form, the whole episodes, but it's just, yeah, like you said, a lot of snippets. You know, we put in advertisements in there as well. And then, like, it's interesting because, like, coming with this podcast, and I have a personal channel, you know, over 25,000 subscribers. So I learned how to build up a network. So with that podcast, it's a media company. It's a network where we use all the different platforms, short form platforms, to really, like, our views in terms of like Facebook, Instagram, it's phenomenal, you know. So it's like, wow, we really have a network here, and YouTube is the video go-to place, you know, and that's where we put in, you know, either we have advertisements, we create advertisements, and to really grow the whole podcast.
I know you're watching this video, but real quick, please guys, please make sure you take the time to like, share, and subscribe. Go and hit the subscribe button so we can keep giving you guys content, so you guys can be notified as soon as we drop some news and information that's really going to help you. And then another thing, guys, and by the way, subscribing, it doesn't cost any money, nothing, no dollars. Just go in there, hit the subscribe button. Again, Spotify, make sure you download our episodes on Spotify. We are exclusive to Spotify because we are getting that deal, you know what I'm saying? We're getting that $1 million deal. So if you want to listen to the Rabasha Family Podcast, you have to go on Spotify.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, I get it. So yeah, so you're using the short form to really grow the brand, and as well as promote the podcast, which sort of, from what I'm understanding, that's like sort of your main goal, is we're using all these like short form platforms to push the podcast as well as the YouTube a little bit more.
With working with brands and, you know, getting deals, like, a lot of, like, for me, like, it's our focus is really on the strategy, the campaign, and putting time and effort towards, you know, creating the content, creating the strategy, you know. And so, because I think in terms of like the video is just something that we're really passionate about, you know. I'm just a creative, and, you know, I love spending time, and that's why I've been looking towards an agency, just because it's like now, like, a lot of my time I've been putting towards the content creation, but then I'm like, okay, I need to work on the business, you know, and outreaching. And so, you know, it's like splitting up the day of outreaching and then coming on the content, which is the fundamentals, which is the foundation, you know what I mean? And so it's like being able to just, you know, have, like you said, okay, hey Eve, there's a campaign with Aura, this is what they're offering, and then it's up to me to spend my time figuring, okay, cool, I have an idea on how we can, you know, make an interesting advertisement, or something like on Instagram and TikTok, like, hey guys, there's, you know, Aura, and just doing it where it's like, I'm so passionate about it, because, you know, I realized, you know, especially when it comes to these type of advertisements or working with brands, it's more so making the, like, the viewer doesn't even realize it's an advertisement. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
you think it's something like BetterHelp. An advertisement like that is really connecting with the emotions, the importance of the mental health, the importance of looking after yourself. So they're watching something where it's like, wow, they're actually being inspired by it. And it's an advertisement when they don't even realize it's more of an inspiration.
Right.
So, that's just what I figured, and I figured the power in that. And so that's,
Yeah, I totally agree. I love your passion about this. There's another point you made where, like you said, they don't even realize it's an advertisement. And that's what we really aim for. Is we like to have flexible integrations. We'll get you set up with all the brands that we work with. We're very flexible. They obviously have their talking points and their guidelines for the integration, but we really like to leave it flexible because obviously your audience better than anybody else. Mm-hmm. So we want it to be as natural as possible. And for all our brands, we for instance, if you sign with BetterHelp, we'll get you hooked up with a free trial for BetterHelp so you can actually try it yourself and share your experience. And it's very doing that and really developed a very natural integration.
Even with our podcast, we have conversations about the mental health. Like I have a lot of conversations with my dad on the show, and again, it's so authentic, it's so natural, and it relates to so many people because it's family. You see your dad in there or your parents, and my dad talks a lot about like the power of the mind, and he says, he has a saying where he says like, you are a god, and what that means is that you have the creator inside of you, so there you can create anything from your mind and the power of the mind. So that's why I just thought it was something so natural. But I think as well with BetterHelp, and obviously of course you guys, they do a review, but even if it's like helping brands create content, you know what I mean? Like, of course, let's say we have the affiliate, and even let's say we sign up with a therapist, but even helping them create an advertisement that they can just use on their platform, or obviously we post, but you know what I mean? Like even helping and having an offer, like, listen, we'll create an advertisement for you guys that you guys can repurpose on all of if it's paid advertising, however else they use. So I just think we have that, because as I said, I'm just trying to build, especially financially, for the work that we do and the value that we do provide. Because also I know with the affiliate thing, like, it's cool, I don't mind it, because I see this YouTube as a long-term game, which means like 5 years from now, the affiliates maybe that we signed up, we will be earning, because it's the longevity. People go on YouTube and you still watch videos from 5-6 years ago, especially the way we're growing. But I just see in terms of like on the financial side, how we can also build is, being able to go and help brands actually create content that they could, use, for their platforms.
Hey, let me tell you a story. One day I decided to take a family holiday and I left my mobile data off for about 5 minutes. I was charged over $500 when I saw my phone bill.
What?
I could not believe it. But the good news is, here at the Rabasha Family Podcast, we're all about effective solutions. How can we make great decisions, have that freedom, be able to give value to your life so you can learn from my experience? This video is sponsored by Airalo. Now, Airalo is the first eSIM company that gives you a SIM card digitally from anywhere in the world. So you can avoid those high roam charges. So you can now travel with freedom. You can travel with enjoyment, knowing that you are covered, knowing that you have everything within you. This is fantastic news, guys, and we're so proud to be able to provide and add value to your life. No matter where you are in the world, an eSIM digitally. No more high roam charges. What are you waiting for? Hit the link in the description and it'll take you to get your eSIM today.
Yeah, and it's also good to learn and see what you guys do. And yeah, as I said, I think it's something of course after the review that we can look at and say, okay, maybe if it's Mint, or Aura, BetterHelp, or maybe Aura, BetterHelp, whatever, that we also look at that aligns with us as well. And integrate certain advertisements, and it also helps us build our reputation and the value in what we're doing and what the brand's doing.
Awesome. Another thing I'd like to add as part of our process is we have a whole compliance department. So anything we do say you're doing like a BetterHelp integration in your next episode of your podcast.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're gonna love that one.